Good morning. It's Thursday, the 4th of July 2019. This is day 11 of my trip around the buses in the UK. And just to clarify, the first bus I took yesterday, the name of that company that ran it with the very squashed up seats, is Travel de Courge. C-O-U-R-C-E-Y, I think. It's kind of a very foreign name. Never came across the buses so far anywhere else in the country on my route so far. So this is the first one. Hopefully the only one. It's not one of the big players like Arriva or Stagecoach. They're the kind of biggest of the main. Especially Arriva has more places around the country, like in Wales. You see their buses and that. Stagecoach is probably the next. I'm not sure how actually I've never got full facts on that. So today I need to get back to the bus station here in Northampton, and I'll be travelling towards Luton. Okay, I just missed the 9:44 bus of the 41 that French go to Bradford, so I'm kind of an hour behind my schedule. I looked up the rest of the schedule and I think I can live with that. I think meetings will still be on most places. I'll just double check it's got on. Like reach me early, so it should be still open. Behind. It's just a thing, give myself enough time to get from bed and back, well, check out. Just get my next go for an extra 5 minutes. So I could walk down within 10 minutes. I probably could. But then the time hand the key, go out and that. It's where I lost the time. Just not giving myself enough time. Especially I shouldn't have done that recording bed and breakfast at the start. Nice. Also, just after I was trying to work out like time for the next book, member of security came to me. Also, he saw the camera in my hand, asked me if I was actually filming in the bus station. He said not allowed to film there. I just said no, I wasn't, because I just arrived. Missed to look for the bus and that, and then when I got to the gate, saw the bus wasn't there. And trying to work out then the rest of my plan today. So I didn't film inside because I wasn't doing anything inside. Right. In fact, I don't think I actually filmed inside the bus station at all. Probably filmed on the bus at the bus station, just kind of layout. I can understand for people around that won't like have problems picking people and that. It's not really a place you can block. Okay, I'm now at Olney. I'm just visiting the Cowper Town Museum, which is not too far from the bus stop. Actually, just the bus stops at one side of the square, and so I've just come to kind of up out of the square trying, and then just came down one side, which is quite handy. And So I'm going to take a look inside. Okay, just to give you the price into the museum, includes the gardens, is £7. But it also, what you're paying for a day of, you can get a car for the year. I've taken cars just in case I have to come back, especially when it's the same price. Also, Cowper, it's about Wayne, the museum's about Wayne Cowper, a poet who was also friends with John Newton, and also, well, at least the preacher that wrote Amazing Grace and that. Kind of the friendship and that. Also, this connection when I was on Hill, you had, trying to think, the MP, the politician that helped to bring about the abolition of the slave trade, well, within Britain, kind of getting the bill through and that. Also had a connection to John Newton, so it's kind of, for me this year, going to this museum is kind of connecting the two to get that one connection of John Newton. So I haven't looked in the museum, so I don't know what's inside. Just watch the video here that they encourage you to watch at the start. And that. Also, there's a few selections as well you can do to take a look in the museum. Also, with the garden, they try to lay out the same way. And also, they have the summer house down there. Well, that's the way it would have been Wayne Cooper's time in the house and that. So, just looking through the slideshow, the town of Olney, John Newton was director here. Also, they have pancake race on Shrove Tuesday, and also a few events in the town. And the River Fest, which is this Sunday this year, the 7th, it's there. Also, they have an interesting one, Dickens of Christmas. So that'd be interesting to come back to if I find out what dates they plan. There's a few other things this in September as well. I've forgotten what that was. Okay, I just saw this markings on the ground, how much space a slave would have taken. I decided to lie down beside it to see exactly. In fact, I'm taller than that space, so we have to credit it up. I'm probably lying on my side as well, fit into that. If I was a slave, which is not very much, especially if any African was as tall as me. Alright, I'm taller. Not the most comfortable way, you have to agree. Also, one of the other things, probably people taking the slaves and that, transporting, probably call them savages. But in my opinion, I think the people in the slave trade capturing slaves and that were the savages, not the African people themselves. Actually, just looking at the board here, I've just realised the name that I was trying to think of. The peasant panel is Wilberforce. That's the Wilberforce Museum Hall that I was in. Yeah, that's who John Newton had a connection. As well as doing Cowper. Just learned about John Newton, who was visiting a girl that he loved and later married when he was press gang into the Navy. At 10, he did serve as cabin boy until 17. As on start ship. But he was supposed to leave for Jamaica to join the plantation business, but he deliberately failed to go because he fell in love with May Catlett, known as Polly. So, also, by the time he absconded from the ship and then he's captured in Florida. But the time he got the ship headed for Siena, his behaviour became worse, and then the captain just swapped him to a trading ship. I'm sorry, actually, the trading ship was heading for Siena. This was Mandarin. This is where the swap happened, actually. Also, actually, he's 5 stones in the ship. By 29, yes, House began to deteriorate, so he had to retire from the ships. His friends helped him find a job in Liverpool, so fainted tides and that. But he had more time to study for the ministry, except because he had no college education, no bishop would ordain him. But as Lord Dashmont, he came to his attention and he arranged for John Lewis' ordination and offered him the job in Olney, which was 1764. And also Winnie Cooper's companion, that when her husband died, John Newton suggested them moving to her in 1768. Okay, Wayne Cooper is described as Britain's lost poet, in a sense. Apparently influenced, William Wordsworth and Jane Austen, two of the people that actually liked his poetry and that, and probably were influenced in that. There was another name, that starts that was one of the poets that said that they liked. Actually, hang on, sorry. Okay, it's like 2 gardens, and the next one is towards the summer house and that. Sorry, probably a bit dark going through. So, okay. That's a nice looking one as well. And yeah. It's like behind and there's a few houses and that. In fact, I think there's like there's a gate there. Yeah. So this is Cooper's summer house and just standing beside. I'm trying to turn around. Yeah. So it's quite interesting me seeing that. Also, it has been the lace making since Cooper to write letters about it. Kind of the also hopes to put a lace make, especially at different times when it was hard for them. It might have supplemented it a little bit, but when the shade kind of declined, they suffered in a sense. Okay, just got off the second time of the 41 bus, which goes on to Bedford. I got off at Bromham, not too far from Bedford, just on the outside of the town. There's actually a water mill and Alkali. I think they have a coffee shop. So the mill and Alkali are Northampton today. Definitely appreciate the coffee shop is. Maybe might get some shots as well for the water mill, etc. Also there's a windmill somewhere in the opposite direction. Not sure exactly where or how far. I just saw it's on a sign, no distance given. Okay, just seeing a sign about here. First Saturday of the month, which actually be this Saturday for July, 10 AM to 3 PM is actually a market here at the water mill now. The cafe is definitely open, and I think the art guy is probably closed. I'll find out in a few seconds. I'm also going to see if I can see some of the mill. Okay, one thing I noticed, there's labels numbers 1 to 10, whereas a barcode kind of, the QR codes, if you have a smartphone you can scan these and you get commentary telling you about like the history of the place and the mill, how it works and that. So that's quite interesting. Now I'm going to get some lunch here actually, before heading on to the next bus.